loudly say I am not a hockey expert at all, but I figured I'd wake up on Sunday morning to watch this potentially historical moment. Will Alexander Ovechkin beat Wayne Gretzky's um, total goals, total career goals, and make it to 895? He tied Gretzky's 894 the other night. Gretzky is in the house, suited up, watching this, of course, his potentially historic moment. Ovetchkin is number 8 for the Washington Capitals, and the Capitals are playing New York Rangers. New York Islanders in Long Island. So um, they don't have home ice advantage right now. The Islanders are up 2-0. So will Ovechkin do it this morning, Sunday, April 6th? Let's see. So far, we have a little over 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Of course, hockey, there's 3 20-minute periods. Thus far, Ovechkin has had one shot on goal, did not score. What do you guys think? Do you think Ovechkin will do it tonight, or this morning rather? Will he be able to score his 895th goal? Are you guys hockey fans? Are you combat sport fans? This is a bit of a one-off for me. I'm not gonna usually do hockey lives, but this is potentially an historic moment in sports, so I wanted to tune in. We are watching Washington Capitals versus New York Islanders. Alex Ovechkin has the possibility to surpass Wayne Gretzky's career long record of 894 goals. Ovechkin tied Gretzky the other night. So if he scores one goal this game, he beats the record. He becomes the new all-time leader with 895 goals. Do you guys think Ovechkin can score this morning versus the Islanders? Hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the live. This is a bit of a one-off. I'm not truly a hockey fan. I'm a combat sport expert. But I wanted to tune into this just for myself because I wanted to see, this could be an historic moment. Alex Ovechkin might surpass Wayne Gretzky's record of 894 goals. He's tied Wayne Gretzky as of right now. Wayne Gretzky is in the house. He's watching the game, of course, with the all the big wigs with the NHL. How are you guys all doing? Hi, Kat. Hi, Daniel. Hello, One Punch Man. Yes, I am having a good day. Watching this hockey game between the Washington Capitals versus the New York Islanders. The Capitals are visitors, so they don't have the home ice advantage. Right now, the Islanders are up 2-0. Do you guys watch hockey at all? I occasionally watch hockey. I am from Canada originally, so as you guys know, hockey's a big sport in Canada. Every time I go back to visit, there's always hockey on the TV. So that's the exposure I have to hockey. It's just by virtue of being Canadian born. Oh, cool! One Punch. You play it with your dad? That's awesome. Yeah, it's a fun game, especially if you live somewhere where it's pretty cold and there's always ice out. Yeah, it is really fun, huh? Also, if you live even in SoCal, you can it's somewhere warmer. You can play rollerblade hockey. or I guess you would call it shinny. A lot of Canadians call it that, just with the tennis ball out there on the pavement. So do you guys think Ovetchkin will do it this morning, Sunday morning? Who are you guys' favorite hockey teams? I think I remain Montreal Canadiens supporter just because I was virtue of being born in Canada, in Montreal. Okay, we have under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Can Ovetchkin do it? What do you guys think? Apparently he has not scored on this New York Islander goalie, so that will be interesting to see. Oh, cool. One Punch says, my favorite team is the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, I don't really follow hockey so much, but like I said, I wanted to tune in because this is potentially a sports moment. Okay, so we're on commercial break right now. Are you guys boxing fans? One Punch Man, do you watch combat sport a lot? Did you watch any fights last night? We did a lot. We did 2 lives because the UK fights were on early. Cool. Did you watch One Punch? Did you watch what did you watch yesterday? So we did a live for Hergovich versus Joe Joyce. That's oh cool, just one live. Cool. So we watched Joe Joyce unfortunately lose to Filip Hergovich. Big props to Filip Hergovich because he took the fight on short notice when Dillian White fell off. I think, yeah. And then later on watched Tim Tszyu defeat Joey Spencer. That was a bit of a gimme, I thought, because Spencer's just not on that level. He's not on the world-class level yet. So, I was pretty much predicting that Tim Tszyu would get that win. And he did. Pretty dominant fashion. So which one did you guys watch? Or did you watch any fights last night? There was also a Pro Box TV card that was broadcasting on YouTube, and then a few other minor promotions also broadcasted. I heard the Pro Box card was decent. I caught a little bit of their co-main event. Decent scrap because the A-side fellow, I think, injured his lead hand earlier on in the game, and then in the fight, and then he fought through that and managed to get the W. Oh, cool. One Punch. What fights are you looking forward to? Oh, you watched Emmett versus Murphy. Cool. Yeah, I tuned in, I think, just as that was winding up. All right. Back to the hockey game. Ref is smoothing out the ice with a water bottle. Ovetchkin's on the ice. Wayne Gretzky's in the stands with his wife, all suited up, watching this potentially historic game. Hi, is it Alf? Welcome. Thank you guys for all the love. Really appreciate it. If you haven't yet done so, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Hello, is it Trevor? Trevor plays Roblox. Good to see you guys. Today I'm doing kind of a one-off. I'm watching this potentially historic moment in hockey. We're watching the Washington Capitals versus the New York Islanders, mainly because there's a possibility that Alexander Ovetchkin, number 8, will surpass Wayne Gretzky in total number of career goals. If he scores 1 goal, he'll reach 895. Right now, he's tied with Wayne Gretzky at 894. Hello, Night Crow. Happy birthday. Oh, sorry, your name is Nick. Nick? Happy birthday, Nick. Good to meet you. Trevor. What's my favorite team? Probably the Montreal Canadiens, just because I was born in Montreal, so I gotta stay loyal to that. Alf, you can continue to chat right here. Sure. Alright, guys, do you watch hockey at all? I don't really watch hockey a lot. Like I was saying, I watch when I wind up visiting folks, my family back in Canada. Trevor says, your name is Iceman? Alright. Did you guys watch any of the boxing fights yesterday? Oh, I say you say your favorite is Iceman. Got it. Sorry, I didn't get that. Alf, you can continue to chat here. That's cool. All right, guys, we are watching the Washington Capitals take on New York Islanders. For the potentially historic moment, if Alexander Ovetchkin scores one goal, he surpasses Wayne Gretzky, hits 895 total career goals. Right now, a lot of action around the Capitals net. Start to move the puck back towards the Islanders. All right, Alf. That's very cool. You can send me an email if you like. All right, looks like we're cutting to commercial right now. Ovetchkin on the bench for the moment. We got 3 minutes remaining in the first period. New York Islanders are up 2-0 versus the Washington Capitals. Action to the right of the Washington Capitals net. Capitals start moving the puck back up the ice. Who's winning? The Islanders are winning right now, 2-0. So of note, I think Ovetchkin did have the chance to play versus the Blackhawks on a power play when the Blackhawks pulled their goalie, but he declined to step on the ice. He didn't want to break the record against an empty net, so I think there's some honor in that for sure. Alf, you can contact me through my email. There's a link up in the channel page. All right, we got just over 2 minutes remaining in this first period. Action is around the Washington Capitals net. Off to the left side of the net. Scramble for the puck. Capitals start moving the puck back towards the Islanders net. Shot on goal. Doesn't make it. Islanders move the puck back up towards the Capitals net. Oh, and a little skirmish breaks out. Refs step in to break it up. Oh, first punch was thrown by an Islander against a Washington Capitals player. I think he felt that the Capitals guy hit his teammate a little bit too hard. Right now, Ovetchkin is on the bench. Got a little bit more than 1 minute remaining in this first period, with the New York Islanders up 2-0 versus the Washington Capitals. Hi there. Hi, Ice Wallow. And hello, is it Disland? Hi, how are you doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a one-off. I'm watching a hockey game just because there's a possibility that Alexander Ovetchkin, number 8, the great 8 of the Washington Capitals, might surpass Wayne Gretzky's career total. If he scores one goal, he'll hit 895 goals. Right now, he's tied with Wayne Gretzky at 894 goals. So one more goal for Alex Ovechkin, Ovi, and he is the new career leader, lifetime in total goals scored. Potentially historic moment. Shot on goal for the Capitals. But we have, just over a minute left, I think, in this first period. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome, everybody. Watching the hockey game, a bit of a one-off because I'm not really a hockey expert at all. I'm more of a combat sport athlete, combat sport expert, boxing, MMA. That's mostly what we discuss here on this channel. That's what most of my lives are devoted to, but I couldn't pass up this chance to do a live with a potentially historic sports moment. Ovetchkin just might surpass Wayne Gretzky if he can score one goal versus the New York Islanders. Now, apparently he's not scored against the Islander goalie yet, so this will be interesting to see if he can make it happen this Sunday morning. All right, Alpha, we'll look at my Gmail. Okay, and that's it for the first period. Islanders up 2-0. I think all hockey fans are watching to see if Alex Ovechkin can beat Wayne Gretzky's career total of 894. Right now, both men are tied. Gretzky is very, very gracious and humble, and I think he's very confident that that Alexander Ovechkin will, in fact, surpass his record. It's pretty cool to see, the torch being passed like that. All right, so right now we're on commercial break. Are you guys combat sport fans? Did you watch boxing fights yesterday? Are you looking forward to the UFC card coming up? We got Alex Volkanovski fighting Diego Lopez, and we have Paddy Pimblett taking on Michael Chandler. What do you guys like to watch? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're combat sport fans, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. If you're hockey fans, I hope you found or you're watching this broadcast live so you can potentially see history for yourself. What are you guys planning on doing this Sunday? I'm thinking I'm gonna go out for a walk after I finish watching this game. It's nice and sunny. Do you guys watch boxing? Do you watch UFC fights? Right now, we're just on a break between periods one and periods two of the Washington Capitals taking on the New York Rangers. Do you guys watch hockey? Welcome, welcome to the folks who just joined us. We're watching New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals. I don't typically do lives for hockey games, but this is potentially an historic moment. Should Alex Ovechkin, number 8 of the Washington Capitals, should he score one goal, he surpasses Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals for lifetime. So right now, Ovechkin's tied with Gretzky. Gretzky's been incredibly gracious about acknowledging Alex in terms of just acknowledging the fact that it's pretty certain that Alex will surpass his record. It's just a matter of time. So the question is, will it be this morning, Sunday morning, April 6th, New York Islanders versus Washington Capitals? Can number 8 Alex Ovechkin score one goal? All right, guys, 1 second. I've got a bit of a head cold, so you have to pardon the interruptions when I need to blow my nose. Sorry. Hey, Elf. Okay, I will definitely check my email, and I'll do that later on today. But thank you so much for sending me an email. All right, so right now we're on intermission between the first and second periods of the Washington Capitals taking on the New York Islanders. Where I think a lot of us are just hoping, of course, that Ovechkin can score perhaps one goal and surpass um, Wayne Gretzky. So yes, while this is, in a sense, this game is about Alex Ovechkin, I'm sure it's put a certain amount of pressure on both his teammates and the New York Islanders, just because that's I won't call it necessarily distraction, but potentially such a huge moment for hockey. But they got to focus on their game, right? They can't like let the potential record-breaking moment distract them from just doing what they need to do on the ice. Thank you so much, Ali. I appreciate, or sorry, Alf. I really appreciate your positive feedback. So yeah, I look forward to communicating with you. Are you into combat sport at all? Are you guys into working out? I also post a lot of shorts with my weightlifting. Some of my weightlifting, like the ones where I can easily um, shoot a video. What do you guys like to do in terms of your workouts? Alf, I am originally from Canada. Right now I'm in the USA. I'm in California. Watching some of the highlights of the first period right now. Alf, where are you from? So this channel is mostly devoted to combat sport. This is a bit of a one-off for a potential sports history moment. Should Alex Ovechkin manage to score one goal this game, he will surpass Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals during his career. Right now, Alex is tied with Wayne at 894. So just one more goal, he hits 895, and he beats that record. Yes, Alf, I do want to grow my channel. Thank you for asking. What types of sports do you watch, Alf? All right, so right now we're on intermission between the first and second periods of the Washington Capitals taking on the New York Rangers. I don't usually watch hockey at all, but I am tuned in today just to see if Ovechkin can break Wayne Gretzky's record. If he scores one goal and hits 895 goals for his career, he beats Wayne Gretzky's record of 894. Right now, the men are tied at 894. And I think it's really cool that Gretzky is all suited up for and attending these games in anticipation of this historic moment. Incredibly gracious in terms of acknowledging what Alex Ovechkin is about to do, which is to break his all-time record. All right, welcome to our live. This channel is normally devoted to doing lives on combat sports, so this is a bit of an anomaly. Let me know what types of sports you guys like to watch live. Do you watch boxing? Do you watch MMA? Right now we're on commercial break. What are you guys planning on doing for the weekend? All right, Alpha, I appreciate your input. Welcome. We are watching the hockey game between the New York Islanders and the Washington Capitals. Right now, the Islanders are up 2-0 after the first period. We're in the intermission. The reason I even tuned in, I don't normally watch hockey, but I'm anticipating that maybe Alex Ovechkin will score one goal and make it a historic hockey moment by surpassing Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals. All right, Alf, I'm a coachable person, so I'm always open to suggestions. Tell me what combat sports you like to watch, Alf. Welcome. Are you into watching boxing or MMA? Because that's normally what I do lives for. The reason I chose to do this live is you never know. Alex Ovechkin just might score one goal. If he does that, he beats Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals. So, in this potentially historic moment for hockey and for sports in general. Ovetchkin. I think it's kind of incredible that he's spent his entire NHL career with one team, the Washington Capitals. You know, he was first round draft pick. Washington got him, and he's never left. I mean, even Wayne Gretzky, I think, played for at least four different teams. So I think you can actually, and they're showing some stats or something from DraftKings. Apparently, you can bet on this. Wayne Gretzky is actually in the stadium in Long Island. He is in attendance. I think that's very gracious of him. He's very professional in how he's handling it with the media. Of course, post game, uh, previously when Ovechkin tied his record, he was sitting there right alongside Alex Ovechkin at the post game press conference, and of course, most of the questions were about that record that's about to be broken. Alf, yes, when the live is over, I will check out my email and reply to you. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here besides Alf? Tell me about what your interests are in combat sport or in sports in general. Now, throughout the week, I don't usually do a live on a Sunday because there's usually not any combat sports on Sundays. But during the week, I try to post a video or two about either post or pre-fight analysis of upcoming fights. I'll also post little shorts with um, quick, quick sort of ideas or queries to my audience about what their interests are, what their thoughts are on different issues or different upcoming fights. So please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when new content has been posted. I welcome you to join our channel if you're into combat sports. Please consider joining. For less than $3 a month, you get early access to a lot of the content. You get priority in terms of a reply from me in the comments. Um, and you also get this cool little belt ranking icon next to your name that'll show up during one of these lives, or it'll show up in the comments. So you start out right away. Right away, you're promoted to white belt. Next belt, of course, is yellow, then orange, green, blue, purple, brown, black, and coral. So that you can just work your way up the ranks as a member. Higher ranking gets more priority. Right now we have a few green belts as our membership and a few white belts. So I encourage everybody to consider joining. There's also, I will post members only content and members only polls. So sort of more private discussion area where we can talk about issues or ideas that perhaps you don't want just everybody on YouTube chiming into. Kind of filters out the unwanted noise, so to speak. So welcome to our live stream. Right now we're on intermission between the first and second periods of the Washington Capitals versus the New York Islanders. Of course, this is a potentially historic moment for Alex Ovechkin. If he can score just one goal, he manages to beat Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals. Pretty impressive, right? Um, and and set that new record. Just one goal for Ovechkin, the great eight for the Washington Capitals, the captain of the Washington Capitals, and he will step into the history books with most goals scored during his hockey career. So welcome. Tell me what kind of sports you guys like to watch. Introduce yourself. Just say hi. Right now, I know we got Alf on the live. Who else is here? Show some love. Hit the heart. If you're into combat sport, if you enjoy the videos on the channel, please feel free to send a super chat or super thanks. No, hockey's not really considered a combat sport, even though sometimes fights do break out. We had a little bit of a skirmish in the first period, but nothing too serious. It got broken up pretty quickly by the refs, or the linesmen rather. My next live will probably be next weekend during the UFC fights. I'm looking forward to that that main card with Alex Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez, and I'm looking forward to Patty Pimblett versus Michael Chandler. All right, guys, we're getting ready to start the second period of New York Islanders versus Washington Capitals. Right now, we got the Islanders up 2-0. Um, the reason I'm doing this live is for the potential historic moment should Alex Ovechkin, the captain of the Washington Capitals, should he score just one goal, he beats Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 goals in the career. Right now, Alex is tied with Wayne. They've got 894 goals. Um, so yeah, I think a lot of folks were just rooting for the captain of the Washington Capitals, Alex Ovechkin. We're rooting for him to score one goal and set that historic moment for sports and for hockey. I will gladly admit I'm not a hockey expert, but I do enjoy the game. I have to say that Canadian broadcast does better coverage of hockey than U.S. I don't know how it is overseas, if any of you are in the UK or Europe, but in Canada they always have multiple camera angles, so it makes watching it a little more enjoyable. Okay, so second period is underway. Of course, in hockey we have three 20-minute periods. Okay, so we're just just starting the second period out of three periods. What do you guys think? Do you think Alex Ovechkin will be able to do this? Just score one goal and surpass Wayne Gretzky? Okay, Islanders are moving the puck up the ice towards Capitals net. Washington maneuvering things back towards the Islanders. Slap shot by the Islanders does not go in. Again, Capitals move the puck back towards Islanders net. Called for icing. Ovetchkin off the ice now. Do you guys watch hockey? Do you watch combat sports? Do you like boxing, MMA? That's most of what our lives are devoted to. This is a bit of a one-off because it's potentially a historic moment. If Alex Ovetchkin can score one goal, he surpasses Wayne Gretzky's record of 894 goals. Do you guys think he can do it? Ovetchkin had possession of the puck a couple moments there, but not able to get a shot on goal. Puck is now back in the Capitals' ice. They rally to move the puck back up towards the Islanders. Islanders scrambling to get the puck back up towards the Capitals' net. Possession changes. Good hustle here. Hustling behind the Islanders' net. Try to get the puck free. Again, the Islanders are ahead 2-0. We're watching in anticipation of Alex Ovetchkin potentially scoring one goal and then beating Wayne Gretzky's all-time record of 894 career goals. Capitals working to get that puck back towards the Islanders' net. Hi there, EQ. I know you remember now. Your name shows up in green and you got a white belt icon right next to your name. Very cool. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I'm doing a one-off here. This is not combat sport. This is hockey. It's Washington Capitals versus New York Islanders. I'm just tuned in because of maybe Alex Ovetchkin will score one goal and beat Wayne Gretzky's all-time record and hit 895 career goals. That would be pretty cool. So let's see if he can do it. We're in the second period, 3 periods. There's about, looks like 15 minutes left out of the 20-minute period. What do you guys think? Do you think Alex can do it? So far, I think Alex has had one shot on goal, but no luck just yet. Capitals are hustling, but the Islanders start moving the puck back towards Capitals' net. Back down the ice again. A little action behind the net, behind the Islanders' net. Puck is loose. Capitals moving it back up the ice towards, Islanders moving it back up towards Capitals' net. Capitals looking to move that puck right back up the ice. Ovetchkin jumps back on the ice. They move the puck back up towards the Capitals, back towards the Islanders' net. Shot on goal does not go in. Okay, I will check my email after this live, but I'm not going to check it right now because I'm trying to do 2 things at once, just watch the game and commentate. All right, EQ. Okay, you watched the biggest boxing class in the world. That's pretty cool. Is it like for Mexican kids, like amateurs? Oh, I think Islanders just called high stick high stick versus Ovetchkin. I think not sure. I think the Islanders one of the Islanders players just got called for a penalty. In any case, let's see. That would give the Capitals a power play, so better chance to score. EQ, tell us more about this biggest boxing class in the world. That's intriguing. I'll assume it was outside or in a stadium or something. How did that work? Are you a fan of Nacho Beristain and his fighters? I hear he's very dogmatic type of coach. I think it was um, I can't remember if it was Marquez. Somebody, one of his students, one of his fighters, was saying, according to Nacho Beristain, there's one and only one way to throw the jab, which is his way. If you don't do things his way, you're out of there, type thing. So from my understanding, he's a very strict boxing coach. He's also quite up there in age. I've crossed paths with him at fights, and it's kind of interesting that he travels with an assistant who just seems to happen to be a 20-something-year-old female that like assists him with carrying stuff for him or whatever it is. I don't know what else she assists him with, but in any case, yeah, EQ, tell us more about this biggest boxing class in the world. I'm intrigued. Was it on YouTube or was it just posted? And hey, Alice Vlogs, thank you so much for tuning in. Hearts, please consider joining as a member. I'd love to see you here all the time. I really appreciate your support. $2.99 a month. EQ is saying the biggest boxing class was all over the country, but the main stage was in the plaza in Mexico City. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Okay, cool. I will check that out. Was it mostly young people? All right, so Washington Capitals moving the puck back up the ice. Oh my goodness. Ovechkin shoots and scores. Wow. That's it. That's it. Congrats to Alexander Ovechkin. We cut to Wayne Gretzky smiling. Of course, every single player on the Capitals are just swarming Ovechkin. We see Ovechkin's mom in the stands smiling. Holy cow. That's it. 895. History has been made for hockey. Huge congrats to Alex Ovechkin. We see his wife and his mom in the stands. Wow. 895. We see one of his sons, Ovi Jr. How cute is that? Oh my God. Wow. Of course, we're taking a break in the action here. Every single player on the Capitals is lined up to give Ovechkin a hug. What an amazing moment. Guys, if you haven't yet checked out Alex Ovechkin's life story, do check it out. It's quite poignant. He was motivated by his older brother Sergey, who was like at least 10 years his senior, and then tragically, when Alex was just 10 years old, his much older brother passed away after a car accident. So Alex tells this anecdote of, he had a game to play the next day, 10-year-old, he's sitting on the bench crying, and his coach just comes up to him and says, "Hey, it's your shift, go play." And so he played the game, crying. It was probably a breakthrough moment for him, I would imagine, just learning how to play in spite of just the profound sadness he must have felt for, the loss of his older brother, and the sadness that's just overwhelming from his parents as well. So here we take a huge break in the action. We've got to give Alex Ovetchkin his moment. Hugs from everybody on his management, his team, owners, every single person on the Capitals staff. He's just going over to the Capitals bench. Everyone's so happy for him. Wow. Yeah, so he fired that shot from what they call his office, to the right side of the goalie. Takes a nice slap shot, it goes in, and then Ovetchkin just dives onto the ice on his stomach in joy. What a beautiful moment. And we see his wife and his mom in the stands, right at the ice, just smiling. Wayne Gretzky and his wife rise to their feet. Wayne's just clapping. Great stuff. Great stuff. History's been made. Huge break in the action, well deserved. Just hugs for Alex Ovetchkin all around. Oh, this is crazy. The Islanders are lined up. Everybody's giving him a hug as well. They've rolled out a blue carpet onto the ice. Yeah, this is amazing, you guys. Total break in the action. Capitals are all lined up to acknowledge Alex Ovetchkin. Every single one of the New York Islanders giving Ovetchkin a big hug. You got folks in the stands holding up giant number 8s in honor of Alex Ovetchkin. Wow, this is incredible. And last hug goes to the goalie that Alex just scored against for the first time. $8.95 for Alex Ovetchkin. Congratulations. Okay, so he's taking his helmet off. We got folks in the stands with lots of red jerseys, Capitals jerseys, holding up $8.95. I think a lot of folks in the New York area anticipated this might be the moment. The stands look filled at the stadium in Long Island, and we have Wayne Gretzky on the ice, shaking hands, big smiles. How wonderful is that? The entire action here is stopped in the second period. We've got to just acknowledge Alex in his moment. So the record was formerly held by Gordie Howe. Then Wayne Gretzky beat his record, and now Alex Ovetchkin. Unbelievable. Beats Wayne Gretzky's record with 895 goals. Wayne Gretzky, all suited up, congratulating folks. Oh, Patrick Roy was also there. Ovechkin's wife and 2 sons and his mom are on the ice. Somebody has put up a sign, "Can I have your stick and puck?" or something like that. I think Alex's sons get to have the stick and the puck. Oh, EQ is saying on stage was Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar de la Hoya. Wow. Okay. Roberto Duran, Carlos Zarate Olivares, Marco Antonio Barrera, Pitbull Cruz, and a couple others. Wow, that's quite the impressive lineup on stage. I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Thank you so much for sharing that, EQ. All right, guys, total break in this game during the second period. Alex Ovechkin has made history, 895 goals. He scored that goal against a goalie that he'd never scored against previously. That was New York Islanders goalie. Um, Complete halt to the game. They rolled out a blue carpet. Um, Alex just shook hands with every single member of his team, as well as the opponent, New York Islanders. They all lined up and shook his hands. Oh, now we're showing a message from his mom. She's saying, "I know your dad is incredibly proud of you right now." Oh, how touching is that? I'm not sure when Alex's dad passed away, but his dad and his older brother were integral parts of his um, upbringing as a young hockey player. So, wow. Okay, so the announcer is having Alex's wife and two sons walk out onto the blue carpet, and his mom. They're walking out to center ice. The NHL commissioner's coming onto the ice. The owner of the Washington Capitals coming on the ice. And Wayne Gretzky. They're all walking out on the blue carpet to center ice. Now they're having Alex skate out to center ice. What a moment. NHL commissioner has quite the New York accent. He's acknowledging Alex Ovechkin. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Oh, they're presenting Alex Ovetchkin with a painting. I think it's a painting of him kissing the Stanley Cup. Now Wayne Gretzky's holding the mic, and of course, all the fans are on their feet.
History of this organization from Mr. Torrey, Mr. Armour, got to sit with Brian Trottier and Rich Corey today. Just such wonderful people.
Wayne Gretzky is such a diplomat and such a pro.
Trust me,
He's
I
acknowledging
enjoyed
everybody.
McEnroe a lot when I played, but these guys do an incredible job. And thank you all so much, Alex. I said I'd be the first guy to shake your hand when you broke the record, and I wore this ring.
Alex Ovechkin did it. 895 goals. Broke Wayne Gretzky's record.
Alex speaks. One of the great things about my setting the record, Colleen Howe bought my wife a beautiful gift and a wonderful note. And we know how the legacy of hockey passes down, but so it does it with the families and the wives. So my wife has something very beautiful for this lovely wife that we want to pass on. But Mr. Leonis, congratulations. And when I set the record, they bought me a Rolls Royce. So you got your work cut out.
Oh, and here we have Alex's teammates skating out with bouquets of flowers for Alex Ovechkin's wife and mom. And we have Wayne Gretzky's wife passing a gift to Alex Ovechkin's wife. How wonderful is that? Yeah, all of the capitals surrounding Alex Ovechkin's team, Alex Ovechkin's family. Now Alex Ovechkin's on the mic.
Like I always say all the time, it's a team sport, and without my boys, the whole organization, the fans, the trainers, coaches, I would never stand there, and obviously I would never pass the great one. So, fellas, thank you very much. I love you so much, and I know Nicholas Drexler here, TJ Oshie, fellas, I love you. We did it, boys. We did it. Thank you, Les Sorokin, to let me score 895. Love you, brother. And the last thing, all of you fans, for all the world, Russia, we did it, boys. We did it. It's time. And the most important thing, to my mom, my family, my beautiful wife, my father-in-law, my beautiful kids, thank you. I love you so much. And without you, without your support, I would never stay here. So,
Yes, Alf, I do use WhatsApp. And we have Ovechkin going over to give his mom a hug and a kiss, and his wife, and his two sons. Of course, the stadium breaks out in a chant of OV, OV. And we're taking an historic photograph. NHL was prepared for this. They have a nice carpet with A95.
beautiful ceremony here at UBS Arena. The commissioner, a great one, and a great eight.
Wow, slap shot
Also thank Ilya Sorokin,
from
Canada's goaltender, who allowed number 895.
left side of the ice. It's what they call Ovechkin's office. It's kind of his favorite spot to shoot from. All right, we're on commercial break. All right, guys, so I probably will stop this live very shortly. Sort of just tuned into this hockey game to see history being made, and it's been made. So huge congrats to Alex Ovechkin for surpassing Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring record, 894. Alex scored one goal. That's all he needed to get to 895. I guess, as they say, records are made to be broken, but 895 career goals is going to be pretty tough to beat, I think. Guys, if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please do so. Please also hit the notification bell. That way you know when we post our content. Um, Also, scroll up and hit the join button. You get early access to a lot of our content. We do pre and post fight breakdowns. I also present other ideas that relevant to the combat sport game, like boxing business, different issues that arise in combat sport. Alf, yes, I will definitely take a look at my email. Thank you for shooting me an email. Yeah, so for less than $3 a month, you can become a member. You earn a little white belt icon like you saw next to EQ's name. It's a white belt. Next belt you'll earn after a month automatically is a yellow belt. So our goal is to build up to at least 8 members so we can have everybody's icons show up on our video page. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, subscribe, hit the notifications, click on the join button, and become a member. All right, so we are back at the hockey game. Washington Capitals versus New York Islanders. Alex Ovetchkin just made history, scored a goal to surpass Wayne Gretzky's all-time record, 894 goals. Alex has 895. Big slap shot from that left side of the ice in front of the goalie, what they call his office, and he scores. Amazing. History's made. Not sure if he's going to just chill for the rest of the game. It's kind of anticlimactic, I would imagine. Looks like he might be taking off. Yeah, he's taking off his jersey. So he's going to hand it to... Oh no, he's putting it back on. Or he's changing jerseys. My fault. Plenty of red jerseys in the crowd in Long Island. Wayne Gretzky had a great sense of humor. He said he's glad they're not at the Nassau Coliseum because he lost a lot of games at the Nassau Coliseum. All right, well, it looks like Ovechkin's going to resume play. Grabbing a fresh stick. Not sure if that's a bit of an adrenaline dump or what, but you know they got to finish the rest of the game. They got the rest of the second period and one more period after that. So more hugs from his teammates, well deserved. Ovetchkin goes over to the Islander goalie, exchanges a few words. Goalie Sorokin. That's the first goal he scored against Sorokin, so. Alright guys, normally this channel we do lives on combat sport, but did something different today just because there was a chance that Alex Ovetchkin would score a goal, and he did. Made history, surpassed Wayne Gretzky's all-time record with 895 goals. Surely that will number will continue to grow, so it's going to be pretty tough for the next guy who comes along. Um, and it's even more incredible that Alex has done this entirely with one team. He's always played for the Washington Capitals since he was the number one draft pick by the Washington Capitals, and he's never changed teams. Alex taking a look at something on an iPad with one of his teammates. Not sure if they're looking at the replay or. Yeah. What a wonderful moment to savor. So huge props to Alex Ovetchkin, new all-time leader, goals per career, 895. He's on the bench at the moment. Still have just under 13 minutes remaining in this second period of two. But guys, I think I'm gonna go off air now. History's been made. Alex Ovetchkin, congratulations, 895 goals, surpasses Wayne Gretzky's all-time career record of 894. So I can assume that number is going to continue to grow. Alex is the captain of the Washington Capitals. He's not yet near retirement, so I'm sure he's going to continue to score goals throughout the rest of this season. Perhaps he'll get to, with 5 more goals. That's pretty amazing. He'll get to 900 goals. We'll see. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. Probably the next live I'll do will be next weekend for the UFC card. Alex Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez, and Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler. So if you're looking forward to those fights, I know I am, be sure to check out our live. Please do hit the subscribe button and the bell so you know when we do go live and when we post our next video. As always, I welcome your comments. If you're a member, you'll have a little icon next to your name, and I will prioritize my replies to you. All right, thanks again, guys. As always, you're always welcome to send a super thanks or a super chat to show your love, or to head over to buymeacoffee.com and buy a coffee. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye for now.